Summer Stakes on Sunday over here at Laurel Park. Keith and I are going to get you guided through this 10 race card that we have going on today, Keith.
Lots of blue.
Yeah.
We got some blue today. Hopefully,
I didn't even text you.
I know.
I didn't even tell you what I was wearing
didn't
today.
Didn't even get the word on the uniforms today.
Yeah.
No, but beautiful day outside here Sunday
Right.
at Laurel Park. Come out and join us if you can. Track is fast, turf is firm. 83, light winds, sun shining. Cold
Easy
beer there with the pizza lady. I know we got some specials. Even she had some ice cream the other day. So you can come out here.
I was
join
so
us.
tempted to get some tenders from her yesterday.
Ooh,
I was
yeah.
just craving them. But anyway, here we go. On to this wonderful card that we have going on here. Starting at 12:25, a maiden special weight to kick off things here, going 7 furlongs on the dirt for the girls, 3, 4, and 5. No scratches here, Keith. You go with the number 3 on top. Overwish, first-time starter for Brittany Russell. Welcome back, JV and Toledo here in the saddle. You also have a nice stat to go along with this one.
Yeah, we do. I thought, it's very, very early, but sometimes you see a little bit of an early punch of money come in.
Well, why not?
It's on the other one right now, the 2, Tactical Joke. We'll talk about her in a minute. We got a video, but talking about this first-time starter here for Brittany Russell, Overwish by Curlin, a $675,000 purchase for Rapoli Stables out of a really good mare. She was 3 for 3, topped at a 92. But it's about the firsters at 7 furlongs. Interesting distance for a firster. She's done well with a small sample, though. 3 for 7 is Brittany, 4 for 7 in the money. 317. It's a lottery number I like playing sometimes. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's a tell. Jack Harmon, the hammer, he plays that 317, so that could be wild today. But Overwish, interesting here. Brought this horse down to get a work from Fair Hill. I like this. Got the work on July the 11th. Had been working steadily at Fair Hill. Lots of works. We talked about the mare. 3 for 3, topped at a 92. Only 3 starts, but her final one was a good one, a 92 on the Suncoast at Tampa. This one's a fool to Arafana, a runner that was really good around here for Kelly Rubler. She did a great job with Arafana. Like the mile. This is another horse. There's another horse in the family, Luke's Alley. Good. A lot of synth and turf on that one, though. But Arafana, that's good. And I think it was 2 out of 9 with the firsters out of this mare. So lots of angles. 7 furlongs, a tricky distance to navigate first out. But we know Brittany can get them ready. You go to the other Brittany, Tactical Joke, proven speed, ran well off the layoff at Delaware. Got beat by an 11-1 shot, but I thought held pretty well. Once it was clear early, got hooked mid-turn, but dug in through the stretch to outlast Tirapati, who's back. Second time blinkers, got a little stamina build up in New York. We'll be back and looks to target the speed. Might have bring a little bit more run that last 3/16 of a mile for a barn. Jonathan Thomas, I look 35% over his career here at Laurel Park.
And the number 7, as you mentioned, Jonathan Thomas.
Yeah.
Ploy underneath Grand Motion. You just have to include that one. Cranking it up. The barn's been getting a little bit better with these first-time starters as of late.
Yeah, overall 3 for 23 the last couple years on the dirt at Laurel Park. Full Brother was a 2-time winner. This one, I think, she's might want to go a little bit longer down the road. We'll see. Could be ready to go today, but I'll look at one of the Britneys to get you started here on a stakes day. Where we got the Miss Disco and the Big Dreyfus later. So
yes. 3275
right.
for Keith Fusel there in race number 1. Race number 2 starts that early pick 4 in the claiming 20,000 on the turf here, for which have never won 3 for the 3-year-olds and up, going 5.5 here for this distance. Second wire finished. Keith, you have the number 4 on top. Bows, no O's. Oh, Bows and O's. There we go. Finally got that. And Anthony Pecoraro, Daniel Centeno back a second time on the turf here.
Get that orange can now that Natty Bow puts out for the Bows and O's. When you're watching a real game, they look good last two.
See, that's why I flubbed that, because I'm not a Marylander.
Against Texas, looking good. The offense, but we live and die kind of by the homers. But we had some good hits last night, and the pitching settled down. But that's enough about the Orioles. That's my team. But Bows and O's, a little bit of a hunch, but I like this move here. First Lasix, shortening up, going one turn here. This Pecoraro runner for Blanford and Company ran pretty well last time. First time on the turf, made that move into a contested pace, just a flatten late. Outside, inside kind of move from a post position. You look at Glossamer, who ran second in that race. She's a horse that topped out around 70, high 60s multiple times over this turf course. So the numbers kind of stack up, gets firmer ground today with some flow. The 2, 6, and 8, Watch Me Disappear, Princess, Palmer, Bullock. I think they all three will be out on or near the lead, contested pace, setting up for a little bit of a price here. The horse to beat, I think the two horses to beat, when you break it down, Princess of the North has run really well since coming back to the turf for Farrier, shortening up 2 turns again, had that 2-turn race at Mountaineer, good try, but awfully good behind Patria, just missed 2 races back over this turf course. That one came back to win a starter at Colonial. 4-5-2-7. I'm sorry, 4-5-3-7. That's me again. 4-5-3-7. Little Josie Wales. Video spotlight. Let's go to the video spotlight on Little Josie Wales. 2 back. This is going to go second off the claim for Rob. We talked about that. It's a good move for him, primarily on the dirt. This is a good race here. The day it was claimed June 1st. In trouble out of the gate. Look at that. Steady, in a little bit tight. And then Barbosa, and we mentioned about Barbosa, right, in the opener.
1-4 yesterday.
The last 4, I think it was like an over $1,000 pick 4 for Barbosa. Late pick 5, $5,000. But look at this run, outside, back, inside to pick it up. A sustainable run, going back on the page, has been over a 70 buyer figure. She's quick enough to lay close. She's showing the finish. I think will be very tough in here. Keying around the 3, 4, and 5 for me in race 2. I appreciate you guys getting that change. Thank you so much. That's my bad.
Yeah, we'll have that fixed, of course.
Go.
Race number 2 for Keith Fusel, 4-5-3-7 there. Let's go ahead into race number 3. We're back on the dirt in this maiden claiming 45, going 5.5 for these straight 2-year-old fillies. Scratch and the rail horse. You go with the number 9 on the outside. Grayson's Girl, Brittany Russell, Angel Cruz, second-time starter, keeps Cruz on.
Yeah, I thought this was a very eventful debut. Lots of trouble. Some trouble at the beginning. Was down inside, off a little slow. Bumped around, had to work through traffic. Steadied late to just only get beat. A length and some change. That second-place finisher, first pearl out of that race, a Gary Gap runner, got the easy money. Went up to Delaware and just galloped by like 4 and change. A 49 buyer. I think that is really going to help her, that experience against this group. Yeah, we might want to have – we got a couple interesting firsters from a breeding standpoint. They could jump up and run really big. But Brittany, the last couple of years with the 2-year-olds, second out on the dirt, 35%. That's really strong. So let's get to the firsters. Danny's Rhythm, the 5 by Golden Lad, can get a horse to win early. Jockey and trainer, Arojo. Robbie had a firster win, I think, a week or 2 ago. And this one's a half to Matitude, an 8-time winner, 74 in its most recent starts. I like 2 of the last 3 workouts, going 5/8. This is at 5.5 here for the 2-year-old fillies. The 3, your top selection, Moon Cachet, Cal Lynch by Mosler. This is a full to depository. Ran well in debut, came on late after some trouble, then stretched out and did well going longer. Also in the family, a half to shine on Moon. This mare, 6 starters, 2 have won first time out. And another one had play. So I like that one as well. Thunder in Paris, experience, closed first out, then up with the pace last time. Let's see what Torrey Alba does, what kind of trip. It shows the ability to bring a finish. 9-5-3-8. You want to talk about the 2 a little bit? Green Goddess for Lacey Gaudet?
Give me 1 second, as my notes are in a different document.
All right.
Go ahead and talk about another horse for like
real
30
quick.
seconds.
St. Patrick's Day, a stallion I'm not completely familiar with, though. He's hitting at a good strike rate, I think about 15-16% with the 2-year-old firsters. Now, interesting. Good work, 2 back. The mare was pretty much all turf. 4 wins out of 10 starts, all turf, though. And Christy Milove, I'll talk about her real quick as well. Barn hasn't done great with the firsters, but, man, looking at from a breeding standpoint, top side McLean's Music, 15%. With the firsters. Bottom side, Elevated Vision, a stakes winner. Lone Sib, 1 debut. Determined Driver is now 3 for 5, and I think recently won the Wide Country, a 76 in that. So some of these firsters, even Ness's firsters out of a mare that was an 8-time winner, you've got great notion on the top side. I'll go with experience. Spread a little bit in here if you can.
Yes. Very good. 9-5-3-8. Keith, you still there in race number 3. Race number 4, Keith, you've got a middle pick 4 that you start for us. Why don't you take away, see what we got going on in that first leg.
All right. Pick 4, very cheap here today. $18. Not too bad. We go 1 and 4. My Last Mission stays in. Scratch the 1A. Part of the entry, the judge and jury for Ness. Also going to throw in Bandcamp. Man. Talk about this guy here in a minute. Race 5, 3 deep, 2, 6, and 9. 6th race, 3 deep as well with the 2, the 3, and 8. Catahoula Moon, first time gelding. And race 7, wrap it up. We're going to only limit it to 2 horses here with the 1 and the 8. Navy Admiral, big price, or should be a fairly decent price, should be close to double digits. And this McGahee runner coast along, $18, middle pick 4.
That's kind of perfect for this kind of card, the way things set up here today. And it starts in the starter optional 30,000 on the turf or on the dirt, going 7 furlongs here for the 3-year-olds and up, scratching the uncoupled and the 1A judge and the judge and jury. Keith, you go with the number 3 on top, 4 on top.
Yep.
Bandcamp. And let's go ahead and take a look at that effort with Annette Eubanks Tori Alba from that effort last time out in another one.
Yeah, going for 4 in a row and just has taken a big jump the last 2 from a 71 buyer in that 3 in life to a 92. Pairs it up basically a 91 next time out. Stays a little bit closer, showing some interest early. Worked outward around the turn, leaving the half, and is able to sustain a run. This horse, Supreme Law, ran really, really big. A little issues out of the gate. We're going to see that one later. That one got claimed, so you get a little extra video spotlight today. But look at that. Rushed up and showed that speed. But Bandcamp just determined. He wants it. Left lead, it doesn't matter.
No.
Sustains for a barn, 27% the last 90 days. This is the year. This is Annette Eubanks' year right now.
Right.
I mean, really, the horses are doing so well.
Yeah, she gets it, but I think it's also the time of year as well. She was hot early in the year, and she just kind of goes through these cycles. But when she's up on that upswing, she's really up on that upswing. She can't do anything wrong.
This is about as an extended a period that I remember, and congrats. Like I said, it's put a ton of effort, years and years into this game here in Maryland and around the Mid-Atlantic. So congrats to them. The 1, My Last Mission, stays in off of a top. Interesting. Battle through okay internals. Little heavier track at Park, so you got to take that into consideration. This is a horse, though, that's run okay at 7. Has the ability, when right, to kind of stay close, under urging, and keep chugging. I like that at this distance. Back in the woods, freshened up, was scratched from a race, I think, in for a little bit lower tag. I think, I would say considerably lower, but lower.
Right.
This guy's quick. I think he's going to be fresh and be part of that pace. Mr. Agent will be up on the engine. Look for the 4 or the 1 to target the speed. Most of the time as well, getting back to the dirt. He's got some very respectable dirt races. I think he can't be dismissed.
Nope, absolutely not. 4126 for race 4 with Keith Fustel. Race number 5 starts that Rainbow Pick 6. It took me a while to find something that could kind of be, affordable here, $21.60. I have to take a shot with Anthony Ferrier in my single right off the get-go, so I'm either in or out right away. Races 6, 7, and 9. I go 3 deep, could go a little bit wider in that stake race that we have, but we've got some competitive fields coming up, Keith. I had to scratch my head at a couple of these. 2 deep in races 8 and 10, $21.60 starts in this, claiming 20,000 for the girls 3 and up, which have never won 3, going 3/4 of a mile on the dirt. No scratches here, Keith. You go with the number 2, a beautiful Carla here. For Carlos Mencia, Angel Cruz, this was my initial top selection.
Okay. Yeah, and like I say, you missed the single. Come back with that pick 5.
Exactly.
It's $54 to grab a friend. It's going to cost you a little bit more, but take the shot. It's tough. These races, talking to Dan Ullman the other day, I mean, it's kind of over and over. The theme is, where can we find a single?
Exactly.
And they're very difficult to find at Laurel Park right now, competitive fields.
I got a headache doing it.
Yeah, beautiful Carla. I thought ran really, really good last time. Speed pretty good on the 5th of July. After Sight is out of there that day as well, but this one's bounced right to the front. Putting Pie's been pretty good form for Rob. I don't know if she's as fast as Lavisa, who's protected off the break for Ricky Silliman, who's really, really quick. I mean, was head and head with Tuisette. She's fast.
Right.
So I expect that one to go ahead and clear if she breaks well. Beautiful Carla on the go back, shows the ability to set up shop just off of speed. She did it down at Tampa. This barn, I think, is going to heat back up. Got a winner the other day with a good number, Susan's Mule. Beautiful Carla to stalk and move into it. Maybe these speeds. Speed's been good on this racetrack for the most part. They can take it a long, long way. I do like your 6. She, her, hers. Farrier Barn doing well. Can track. Not quite as quick as I don't think it's the top 2, but man, she'll get positioned to move into it. If things get really hot and contested, always forward's an interesting sort. We ran a stat for Corrales yesterday, route the sprint with the claimers. He was like over 30% with a strong ROI. I don't know why Brasino, he let me down. He was sending that horse. I thought it would have been better suited sitting back. Tab next time. That wasn't the style that I thought we were going to get out of that runner yesterday. But always forward, kind of an improving sort to sneak in your tries and supers.
Nope, 2968. Keith Fusel, race number 5. Will be right back after this commercial to talk about the rest of the race card on Sunday, including those stakes. And welcome back. We'd get back to that jackpot super high 5 and that late pick 5 and this allowance optional 48,000. Things start heating up on this last end of the card here. Going 3/4 of a mile on the dirt for the 3-year-olds and up. Scratching the 7 Magic in the Moonlight. Keith, you and I both go with Catahoula Moon. Just kind of looking for a little bit of just the kind of a bit of a revenge win here for Jerry Robb Xavier Perez. The horse has been running super honest.
Yeah, I mean, I thought ran very good last time out, first time against Older. You see the comment, 3 wide grinding in between Indian Lake. Yeah. Arden's lucky to be, who won down at Colonial the other day on the front end. Comes back here, gelding, reported first time gelding. He's beaten Patinga's twin here in the past,
right?
A couple races back. So I think, Patinga's twin, they've done a good thing here, managing some softer spots out of town at Delaware and Penn. Coming back to reality, this is a tough field. We're going to really see what he's made of right now for Fairview. He's in very good form, popping big numbers. Wouldn't surprise me if he wins. He's going to have to work to do it. Let's watch this race at Penn. This was I believe, a 3 in life kind of optional deal up there, and just moved to the front with ease. Draws off by 5 and change, and he looks good. Big, good-looking horse. And, man, Chick Lang, a little bit of a tough go there. But you look at all the other races, pretty good.
Yeah.
So he's a racehorse, no doubt about it.
Right.
Going to be a little shorter price than my top selection. I do think with the speed in here, Take Charge 2, a fresh Jerry's Gem for Damon. Supreme Law, let's see what he does. I think he can go ahead and rate. Pace will be honest. Hopefully, Catahoula Moon can kind of sit up there and stalk and move into it. Not much separating these two, in my opinion. But Supreme Law for Ness, we showed that video how game he was last time out behind Bandcamp. Was used wide after a troubled beginning. You go back on his page, he's got the ability to sit a little bit further back. He's been okay. I think it's an interesting move here, a little slight bump up here for Ness off the claim.
Got to include Holy Synchronicity in your selections here. Rudy Sanchez Solomon, Angel
buddy.
Cruz, 3286 for Keith Fusel there in race number 6. Back on the turf here for race number 7 in this maiden special weight, going 5.5 on the turf. 3, 4, 5-year-olds scratching the 3, scratching the 6. You are going with Navy Admiral. Mike Trombetta, blinkers on, Victor Carrasco. I can see it. I can definitely understand it.
Well, the first thing that kind of grabbed me, I went and looked at this short comment. Step slow inside and angled in debut over this turf course as a 2-year-old back in October. And 10th beaten 7. I said, all right, I got to go look at this race again. I got to look at my long comment as well. My long comment was showed late interest. There was some interest there. There was some run. Revamped, retooled, the triple whammy, first gelding, first Lasix, blinkers on. Okay works leading into this. Trombetta, turf. Family's there. This mare was good. Kindle like Coffee Click, who won over $1 million. And there's a lot of other strong turf within this family. Demand a little bit of a price. We're taking it a little shot, but I think you're going to see this horse improve. Street Rockin' has come back to run okay. Beltane has come back. So you get horses out of that race. It's been it's proven to be productive. Now, we got to beat, I think, Coast along here for McGahee and Forest Boyce. Reported gelding, 3 starts back, top with an 82. Brought that speed to the dirt last time, sprinting. That's interesting. When you look at this race, not a lot of true speed. I think he's going to be able to separate top of the lane. Let's see if my horse can run him down. 1-8-7-2. Holding form is Take the 5th, certainly for Kelly Rubley and Elon. These two are very similar. Come out of the they ran against each other. I'm pretty in that Twirling Express race. Close. They bring that run, but I'm going to key around the 1 and the 8 in race 7. Hopefully we can get a price here on the one, and he can get it done.
Absolutely. 1872 there in race number 7 for Keith Fusel. Now we are on stakes action here for the Miss Disco Stakes, going 7 furlongs on the dirt for the 3-year-old fillies. Scratching the 1, My Brazilian Girl. Scratching the 3, Enemy Number 9. You and I both go with Overly Dramatic for Brittany Russell. Sheldon Russell here, second win, looking for a second win in a row today.
Yeah, short field here. Let's see. I mean, you've got 2 speed fillies that can kind of carry it a little bit, too, it looks like, in Miss Harriet and Daughter of Time. Miss Harriet, I believe, is going to be first-time blinkers on the dirt. But Overly Dramatic, it's that last race and how the horses out of that race have come back to run better numbers. I think third off the break here, a little bit of a break, third time in the barn, is ready, to take that next step. Was under a real firm rate early behind some okay fractions to move in. Has a mile race on the turf on the go back.
Right.
I think this horse can stay the trip and move into this speed. Because, she's going to have to lay close enough. I don't think you want the 2 and the 5 going out there 23, 46, and 447.
Right.
And those 2 can kind of carry it from there. Miss Harriet, we've seen it before. And this 5-horse Daughter of Time has done it going 6.5. Overly Dramatic to sit just off of it. Even Go Sherry Go, I like. No parts of the turf, right, back to the dirt. Face the right kind. Has gotten really good figures the last couple dirt races. I know this one can stay 7 furlongs. She won't be far out of it, I don't think, when they turn for home. Let's look at the speed. Daughter of Time, she's going to be part of it. Miss Harriet as well for Brandon McFarland. Cool filly. I mean, a great story there. Winning in debut in the Maryland Million Day. That was really, really good. But Daughter of Time, for a barn, Charlton Brinkwood, comes down here. They're good. Last couple years, 4 for 10, 6 for 10 in the money. Got the lead early, was engaged in the turn. Really has to battle with some good horses here. The favorite kind of got in trouble, left out of the gate. That was a Brad Cox runner. Gives way ever so slightly the last 16th of a mile off of that break. Now goes second off of a break. Like see her continue on her correct lead. She didn't there, but I think she's going to be around a long way. Shorter field, but a competitive group. I'm looking for a little bit better price here, I think. Maybe Overly Dramatic. Can we get 7-2 when it's all said and done? I'm not sure.
That might be tough for that price to get there, but let's try and go for it anyway. 4-6-5-2 for Keith Fusel there in the Miss Disco. And happy big Dreyfus Day. This is that's what I call this day. Georgianne, a special horse for Georgianne Hale. A mile and 1/8 on the turf, very fitting for the girls 3 and up. You and I both go, of course, with Sparkle Blue, Graham Motion, Georgie Ruiz. Let's take a look at the Modesty back at Churchill in early May.
Yeah, it's another race produced, I think, a couple horses run well. Moofy came out of there to win a stake. Works the trip, 2 wide, 3 wide, and out 6 wide upper stretch to steadily close in. I mean, she's been facing the heavy heads, no doubt about it. Looking for that relief today. We're going to see the run through the last 1/8 of a mile. All said and done, it's going to be a firmer course today. Only gets to beat a length when it's all said and done. But Sparkle Blue wins here. Last year's rendition of the Big Dreyfus. Didn't have the easiest of trips that day.
Right.
Was caught in between horses a long way.
Right.
Finally got out in the clear and kicked away from Atomic Blonde, who was a short price, under 2-1 as well. That one, I believe, was a recent winner down at Keeneland a couple months ago.
Yep.
It ran like a mid-90 kind of a number. So this is what she needs. She's just maintained, even ninth beat. So she was 35-1 in that Grade 1 last time with Warlike Goddess in the group. That shows you how tough that field was. Going to be awfully short here today. Reunite again with Ruiz. I think this one goes ahead and sits somewhere mid-pack. Cut from Class will go ahead and go from the inside. Glittering Lights, interesting sort, has run 2 very good races. I think a mile and 1/8 is just fine. Moves outside, inside. Is a stayer. I just don't know if she's going to have the finish, the last 1/8 of a mile that Sparkle Blue, I think, will bring.
Agreed, especially since she was kind of running on near the front end back in Europe. So it's going to be interesting what they do with this one here, with this opportunity of being on the inside, Keith. You also go with the number 4 underneath and Charmed Way, James Sibeli, Forest Boys. Just always, again, a hard-knocking filly knocking at the door.
And I say she grinds it. She grinds it out. The last, 3/16 of a mile. Last time out, a little hiccup. She didn't quite get that finish. She was caught 3 wide around the turns. That definitely hurt. That was kind of like Trombetta's horse last week that won the stake. Was it Monmouth? 3 wide, just out in the clear, no cover, no help. Might just get that today with Boyce and Enhance. the finish there. But Sparkle Blue, I'm looking forward to watching her run again.
I love the Stephen Keel horse that you kind of sneak in there underneath in the 2 cut from class as well to wrap up your picks.
She was gutsy as all get out last time,
Right.
and she's turned it up to another level. I think they go ahead and go.
Right.
Barbosa, and they're going to try to get out there clear, see how far they can take them.
And let's go ahead on from race number 9 as Keith Ussel goes 5-1-4-2 to the last race here, our finale, a claiming 12-5, going 3/4 of a mile on the dirt for the 3-year-olds and up. Keith, you and I go with Box and Ben. Of course, just kind of the easy grab horse, Daniel McKenzie, JV, and Toledo.
Yeah, 1 for 20. You don't like seeing that, but we got some 1 for 31s, a 1 for 15 in here. The key to me, key to this race for me is the speed he's shown the last 2 on the dirt.
Right.
Get to the front. I do think he can control it. Had to Irish Bandit, 2 back, 3 back, I should say. Sugar Steve. Catching Stars, to me, interesting. Could be very tough. Did not like the turf at all. And Cruz comes back. I like that. Beating a pole. Well, not a pole, but 10th beating 8. Never involved. But a good try. 2 races back. And, a track that kind of helped his style. That kind of stalking closing style. 5-3. 3-5 for me. I'll work around that. Summer State of Mind. Yeah.
Yep.
Would not be a surprise in the last.
And there we have it. 5-3-7-1. There are our picks for our Sunday Summer Stakes Day that we have here. Diving in, you have a value play to give us, Keith, in race number 8, number 2, and 8-1 on the number 4. Bows and O's, Anthony Pecoraro, Daniel Centeno.
Yeah, first time Lasix angle here. Pecoraro shortening up. In that field, looking keen the horses. I talked about Glossamer earlier in the show. She's a horse that's run competitive numbers, high 60s, low 70s here. Outside trip last time, making the moves a little bit inside. Definite speed to target. Will she have the punch, of the favorite Princess of the North, and the other horse of Jerry Rouse? Not so sure, but the price that she brings, it makes me want to kind of jump in a little bit.
Why not?
And if she gets it done, it will be a couple Natty Bows later in her honor. Yes.
Well, thanks, Keith.
I know you don't drink Natty Bow, but that's okay.
No, I don't. But hey, I appreciate the plug-in, definitely.
There you go.
No, thanks for joining us this week, of course, and for today. We're going to go to Dave Ronman for some more changes and scratches.
All right. Good luck, everybody.